Alright everybody, this right here is the Batman 1/6 scale figure from Batman Begins, aka the Dark Knight trilogy. This is from the first movie, his first suit, and it is widely regarded as one of Hot Toys' worst new releases, so let's see if that's really true. So if you take a first glance at this, you might not see anything too wrong. First of all, that Christian Bale head sculpt honestly does look phenomenal, and the initial glance at the actual suit right here doesn't look bad at all. He comes with a decent amount of hands, he comes with a couple good accessories, comes with this belt, obviously this belt too, didn't really know what to call that, his little balaclava, couple face plates with his mask, and that is one of the biggest problems, and you can see the whole figure right there, but let's get into more depth. Alright, so at first glance right here, you guys are probably going to say, this doesn't look that bad, and I'm going to completely agree with you. This faceplate is the best of the three, but it's still really not that great. The helmet looks okay, but not really too movie accurate. The body looks fine, but I'm going to get into that in just a second. If for some reason you bought Batman to display him with his unmasked head sculpt, all power to you, because I think in this stoic, just museum pose, the figure looks fine. No modding needed. If you just want to keep him straight up and down with the non-masked head sculpt, sure, that works. But it's when you get to something like this is when you start really seeing the problems with the figure. First of all, he already looks super awkward in this pose. This guy's articulation has been hated on so much. You seriously cannot get any dynamic poses with him, and you're going to see that throughout the video where every single picture that they're posing this figure with, he looks super static and non-dynamic, and it really doesn't look that impressive. But this is probably the most dynamic pose you're getting with him, and I'm really surprised they were even able to get him on his knee like that. You guys can see right here, this suit looks intimidating. There's something about that like mask that seriously just elevates his presence. This has nothing to do with the figure right now. This is just full disclosure on the suit itself. I really do actually like that kind of head shape that's kind of bent over, and I do like that stiff neck look. I think it looks a little more intimidating than the actual normal Christian Bale suit. And then, you come over to this where it looks not intimidating at all. He looks really awkward, and I don't know how they did it, but they just made this figure seem really off and weird. And I know I'm being really harsh about this, but there is real people that spent a lot of time and effort, and they put a lot of passion into figures just like these and the artist behind it. So I do want to apologize, but there is always room for criticism, and I'm just going to express how I feel. And this right here just doesn't look good to me. I don't know, even in the Batmobile, there's just something about him, like it looks like he's maybe struggling, he's kind of just pondering about something. I don't know what they really did with that expression right there. And before I just start going absolutely off the rails, this head sculpt right here is phenomenal, okay? I really love when Hot Toys does that fixed neck bit. I think it doesn't really impinge on the actual articulation all that much. And for that really nice, seamless, realistic look it gives, I think even that tiny bit trade-off is definitely worth it. And the paint applications, the likeness, everything about this head sculpt is beautiful. And yeah, I mean, if you guys were to actually want this figure, you can get a different body and, a different head sculpt. So it's kind of a different whole entirely figure altogether. But you can really just get away with putting a brand new head sculpt on him in the Batman aesthetic, I guess. And speaking of head sculpt, alright, this is where I'm going to take back my apologies. I'm going to be rough here. What is this? The eyes look really goofy, glossy. Batman looks high as fuck, okay? Just realistically. His wrinkles, I don't know if that's kind of screen accurate. It might be. But that expression, I don't care how screen accurate it is. I don't want it. This is a quarter scale figure from Hot Toys of the same suit. Why couldn't we get these kind of face sculpts, I guess you could say, face plates? This right here, first of all, a million times better than whatever that last one was. This one, I like the nice, more straight face instead of that tiny, weird smirk kind of expression. I don't know. And this one definitely looks a lot more natural, realistic, and casual. And by the way, I'm about to show this thumbnail from this fella right here, so make sure to go check him out. But you could see these custom face sculpts with just like the custom entire head sculpt looks a million times better. That face shape, first of all, changed the entire shape of that jaw right there. The material also just looks way better. The shape of the actual ears, the head going way wider up top, and a lot more of a furrowed brow with the much more realistic and smaller eyes. and a much better faceplate. This is what they should have given in the first place. And it really kind of is addicting going through all of these different custom head sculpts and seeing what Hot Toys could have and should have given us. This looks phenomenal, especially people are adding custom bodies, face sculpts, entire heads, and seriously entire bodies just to get better articulation out of this guy. $260 is what they're asking. Doesn't come with a crazy amount of stuff. This right here is what is worth the most to me. This right here, no. Could do completely without it. If they could probably get away with selling this guy for 200 bucks and it seriously just being this, and I think people would be happier with that rather than getting goaded on with these just, you know, yeah, I don't even want to just keep shitting on them. And as I was saying with this articulation, guys, you can really just see throughout all of these poses they're doing with Batman, most of them are either really static like this or just a stoic, just straight up and down pose. Awkward looking right there, also awkward looking, just scary looking, honestly, at that point. This is kind of pretty much a glorified museum pose with arm up, wow, knee slightly up. I mean, they're not really doing anything crazy at all with this figure, and it shows. But guys, I really do feel bad just ranting on about this on and on. So do I think this figure is that bad? Yes, I'm going to be honest. Might be a surprising answer considering all of the positive things I've said about this figure throughout this video. But seriously, I would consider just getting a custom if you guys really do want this suit. I cannot in good conscience tell you guys to spend $260 on it and just be happy with it, because I wouldn't be. I just think for $260, spend your money better, or even just spend a little bit more money to get a figure you will truly love. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more just like it, including unboxings and other content and figure previews, make sure to hit that subscribe button, maybe even like the video, and turn on bell notifications so you get notified when I upload. And as always, thank you guys for watching.